What's up, everyone? It's your boy Norn Radd 89 here, bringing you another video. Today, doing our spoiler chat for Halloween Ends, and that's your official warning. We are going to be talking about spoilers, the end of the film, certain plot points in the movie. So if you haven't seen it, it's currently streaming on Peacock or it's in theaters, so that's where you can check this film out. And like I said, that's your last warning. Now let's get into this. We're going to talk about today, like I said, some positives, negatives, plot points, what I really liked and disliked about this movie. So let's get into it. Roll it. So Halloween Ends is the concluding to David Gordon Green's trilogy. It's the final film in this 3-film trilogy that we have going on right now. We had Halloween 2018, Halloween Kills, and now Halloween Ends. And let's dive right into the positives. I kind of want to start with that first because I didn't give this movie a positive review. I gave it a 5 out of 10. It was kind of middle ground, like just mediocre fun I had with this film, but it's definitely on the lower half of the Halloween ranking in my opinion. So, but there's still some positive things to take away from this movie, and I think the overall concept, after I had my second watch too, because I did watch it twice, once in theaters and then once on Peacock, after my second watch, the original concept I think is kind of cool. It's like a good concept. I just don't think the execution's there. But like I said, the idea of having Michael Myers have somebody else that's going to be either teaming up with him or he passes his evil on to that person and infects them and they become kind of the new Michael Myers. It's kind of been handled before in previous films like Halloween 4 and stuff like that. So it's not a far-fetched, crazy idea. So that original concept, or that itself is fine. I'm not mad at that. But I just think the execution did not go down that well. Next thing up is I think the acting as a positive. I had no problem with some of the actors and the acting. So Corey Cunningham, that guy who plays him, I think it's Rowan Campbell. I'm sorry if I forgot your name or butchered that, but that Corey Cunningham character, I think the acting, top notch. I'm not mad at his acting because the kid could act. I'm like watching it, I'm like, oh no, he's got some skills. But I just, like I said, didn't like where they took the story direction with his character. So that's another thing. Like I said, for every positive I kind of have with this movie, there's just more glaring negatives. Another positive is Jamie Lee Curtis. I think this is some of the best acting we've seen Jamie Lee Curtis do in the Michael Myers film, like in the Halloween franchise. She does a really great job, has some really cool scenes, and I like where she's kind of at as a character, trying to move on and kind of just accepted her life and, like, you know, having fun and trying to watch her granddaughter and raise her and, you know, having conversations with people at the supermarket and, you know, meeting up with Hawkins. And what that leads into, I kind of wish her and Hawkins had more time together. Like, there's just, like I said, for every positive, there's a negative. I wish her and Hawkins really did have more time together on screen in this film. I don't think we got enough scenes with them. Another thing that I really did miss was Lindsay Wallace. We had her in this movie, but just not enough. I wanted a lot more of Lindsay's character as well. So another positive, though, is I would say, like, the music. There's certain points in this film where I do hear the music, but it doesn't mean it has atmosphere. Like, there's no, when I watch 2018 or I watch Halloween Kills, I feel like a clear-cut atmosphere. There's a tone to those movies, and this one doesn't really have a tone. It's got kind of this mix and shift in terms of songs. Like the song that is playing when she's holding him, Allison's holding Corey and they're riding the bike, like, just doesn't fit this movie. And then, like, the songs that's at the club, like, it's just, there's certain aspects of this film I'm like, I didn't really feel that. But I like the music that plays when Corey Cunningham goes on his first killing spree with Michael and they go to, I believe it's the doctor's house or that nurse's house or whatever, and they're together, that couple, and they go kill them. That the sequence right there, and she turns on the light and you see Corey with the clown mask and he's stabbing the doctor. Like, I thought the music there, that was the first time I felt like actual atmosphere in the movie where I was like, okay, cool, this I can feel. This scene I'm on board with. I thought that scene played out very well and was probably one of the best executed scenes besides the intro scene, which is Corey, you know, being kind of blamed for killing this child that he accidentally killed while he was babysitting him. And that scene in the beginning of the movie is horrifying. It's really good and gripping, and it's not something that took me out of the movie. I was on board. And then the credits hit, or the, you know, title card sequence hit. And then just as the movie progressed, I wasn't happy with the story direction. And for me, there's one huge thing that they could have done. I was talking to my wife about it. There's one huge thing they could have done in this movie that would have changed it and just fixed this movie for me. And I probably would have gave it like a 7 out of 10. And it's if Corey would have killed Michael and just completely taken on the mantle. Because yes, it might have not been Halloween Ends, like the franchise might have not been ending, but it would have been an end to Michael Myers. There still would have been fans that are really pissed out there that Laurie never ended up fighting Michael again. But the way they set it up in this movie and what he does, and especially that sequence when Corey goes into the sewer to wrestle Michael for his mask, that's the time. Like that time, I didn't want Corey to wrestle him for the mask or do anything like that. I was like, he should just kill him right here. Like he should kill him and take the mantle and be the new Michael. But they didn't do that. And like I said, I still got that cool scene with him and Michael tag teaming and killing together. But man, it doesn't make any sense, the story direction. I was just kind of confused. So if you kind of watch these together, Halloween 2018, Halloween Kills, and Halloween Ends, it feels a lot like, to me, the sequel trilogy for the most recent Star Wars films, that 3 that came out. They're very incoherent. It feels like 3 different ideas, 3 different films, and 3 different tones. And they don't flow coherently. And I just binged all these films. I binged all the Michael Myers movies before I went and saw Ends, and then watched Ends twice. So watching 2018 and then Kills and then Ends, it just doesn't feel like the same characters. It feels like something new. It kind of feels like almost fan fiction because there's no coherent flow or story to the 3 films. And one key reason or one key factor in that I'm going to bring up right now is Allison. Allison's character is fucking god awful in this movie. And I don't care what anybody says. That part actually kind of bothers me the most, was Allison's character. I was like, this was supposed to be her movie. This was supposed to be the movie where she either takes up the mantle and, like, you know, kills Michael and becomes the next Laurie, or, you know, cements that in her brain and is able to defeat this evil. But no, Allison does nothing in this movie but try to get laid. She does nothing but try to get laid, and that's it. Literally. Like, and she's like, has these sequences and scenes when she's like talking to Corey, and that line about how she can't leave town because all her memories are here. I'm like, they're all awful memories. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, her dialogue and her character was the most offensive to me in this movie. The actors and the other ones around her, like Laurie, Corey Cunningham was fine. Like, you know, Hawkins, I didn't have a problem with Hawkins. I just wanted more of him, more Lindsay. I didn't have a problem with Lindsay. She barely had any lines in this freaking movie anyway. Allison was the most offensive, most egregious character because she doesn't even fit how she was in Kills or Halloween 2018. And like what happened to her in those 2 movies, it just doesn't explain how she's acting in this movie. So that was one of the things, another one that I really took away as a negative, was like, what the fuck did they just do to Allison? Like, I hate her character in this movie. And I'm sad to say too, I'm really upset and sad to say that on a second watch, it got worse for me. Like, I was like, all right, let's give this movie a shot. Another shot. I'm going to take notes, pay attention to the camera angles more, cinematography, the overall story pace and stuff like that. And the second watch didn't do it for me. It did. I liked it a little bit less. Like, I'm still going to sit at a 5 out of 10 in terms of the rating. But yeah, that second watch did not help propel this movie or help me see anything newer. It made me more upset because I noticed more things that I was pissed off about. So that's what I mean. Like, this film, it just feels, I was confused and I was more upset with it than I was happy. And it's not my least favorite. Like, it's not, like, you can check on Twitter and I'll probably have maybe like on a poster, I'll pop it up on screen and stuff. You can see my ranking right over here. It's not the bottom of the barrel. It's not. It's just, it's at the bottom half. Like, it's in that range. You know what I mean? There's like just nothing I can see when I watch this film. I couldn't see nothing that I was like, oh, what did I miss? Were they trying to tell a story and I really just missed it? Was there something going on and I kind of just didn't understand? But no, yeah, I'm still like kind of confused as to why they chose the direction for the film, because Corey Cunningham's, like, his arc in this film becomes kind of freaking useless when he kills himself. We might as well get to talking about the end now. That his arc in this film is useless as a character when he gets to killing himself. It's like they could have went multiple routes instead of that. He could have been someone bringing victims to Michael to feed him, to help him transcend and become more powerful, if that's what they're going with, that makes Michael strong. Or, like I said, Corey should have killed Michael Myers in that tunnel and taken on the mantle completely and just been the new one. Like, and it still would have been Halloween Ends because Michael Myers is dead, but now there's a new evil, that he transferred it to. So that's what I mean. Like, it seemed like they set up ideas, but nothing paid off. Like, they set up all these nuggets of things in this movie, but nothing got resolved and nothing got paid off. And it's like we're supposed to be happy that all these people just literally, a whole community watched them grind up some dude in a meat grinder or like a car grinder thing. Like, it just, what the fuck? That sequence was so rushed, the third act. So that's another thing that was kind of bothering me with that third act is when I watch Kills and Halloween Ends, they're very rushed, those third acts. And that's what kind of bothers me is I feel like, I don't know what's happening right now. Like, I just don't. So, yeah, for me, Halloween Ends. On the second watch, it did not get any better. But these are just my opinions and my thoughts and all that stuff. Because I know there's people out there that like this film, that love this film. They're already hardcore defenders of this movie. And that's cool. That's great. There's a Halloween film out there for every kind of fan. And that's the best thing about this franchise is there really is a Michael Myers timeline or a certain Michael Myers film for every person. Even Halloween 3 Season of the Witch, a movie that doesn't even have Michael. There's a film for you if you don't like Michael Myers. So that's what I mean. This franchise is still really glorious, and I still really love it. It's still in my top 5 favorite horror franchises of all time. Like, Halloween's badass as fuck. It's just, yeah, Halloween Ends. They really did let me down because for me, my expectations going into the movie were I just wanted a satisfying concluding end to the trilogy. And I feel like they didn't. I feel like they had maybe like enough ideas for 2 movies that were pretty, one was really good. One was kind of solid slasher that I enjoy because it has amazing kills, good atmosphere. And then this third one, just, I don't see any ideas. It really feels like they didn't know what the fuck they were doing when they started this. So I'm like, it did fall flat for me. But as I said, just my thoughts, my opinions, and I would love to hear from all of you in the comment section. But keep it clean, keep it nice, because like I said, we're all different. And that's the best thing about us, is we're all different. We all have different opinions, and that doesn't make us wrong. But I would, like I said, love to share, talk to you guys, hit me up in the comments, and of course, be sure to like and subscribe, especially if you're new to the channel. And most importantly, have a safe and happy day, everyone. Peace out.